Hey yo, what's good, Poke People? Welcome to another replay battle, and this was a battle I had against Dani Mucho. I can't really pronounce his name. It was just a pretty good battle, so I guess I wanted to show it to you guys. I don't really want to go into too much team detail because honestly, all these Pokemon that I use are pretty standard, and I think what he uses is pretty standard as well, except for I think he has Assault Vest, or that's what I believe. He didn't told me, but I believe that it was Assault Vest Tentacle, because why else? No, you're gonna see it. So I'm gonna lead off with my Genesect, which is actually Bandit, not just Scarf. So that's why I decide to hard switch out into my Gliscor to take any hit that the thing wants to go for. Crobat. He predicts it, I think, and goes into Donphan just so he's able to set up his Stealth Rocks. I go into Greninja because I knew that the Ice Shard was coming, and right here I predict him to switch out into Tentacle, so I'll just go for the Dark Pulse. Just get some good damage off him. Does 34%, which is pretty good. I just go for the U-turn. I was debating whether I should just hard switch out or U-turn, because that Life Orb takes away 10% of my health. But yeah, so I switch into Manabus. He goes for the Giga Brain. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? So that's why I kind of thought that he was Assault Vest, because why else would you run Giga Drain? Like, it's called Giga Drain. That's why, yeah. I just defog away those Stealth Rocks because they're pretty annoying to almost every member of my team except for my Conkeldurr. Right now here I predict him to go for a Hyper Voice, or yeah, just Fairy type move. And I kind of just play around with him, just out predicting him, and switch into my Greninja, go for the U-turn, and switch right back into my Venusaur. And he was playing this pretty well because at the time I thought that he didn't have Hyper Voice because he was only showing Thunderbolt twice. So he's gonna hard switch out into Metagross as I go for the Sludge Bomb. Now my Venusaur can't really touch these Metagross, so I'll just put it to sleep and go for the Leech Seed so I can get some residual damage. And this Metagross is actually kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest. It is somewhat different, I think. Like, it could be Assault Vest too, because I think he showed me 3 attacks, so you know, anything could be possible. But I switch into my Conkeldurr just so I can go for an EQ, though I predict him to switch into his Crobat. That's why I went for the knockoff, and I knock off its Focus Sash, which is, you know, kinda useless because if I go for the knockoff I get off damage either way. So yeah, I switch in my Gliscor, and I predict him to switch right here. That's why I went for the Earthquake. As you see, that was a really worthy play in the end, because then yeah, you will see. But I'm able to finish off his Tentacruel, which is very nice, which already means that his special wall is basically gone if he doesn't have some Assault Vest shenanigans going on. But we have the same matchup as in the beginning. He just goes for the Stealth Rocks while I switch into my Venusaur because he can't really touch me, I can't really touch him. Luckily I poisoned him, which is very nice, so yep. I go for the Giga Drain, which was kinda, you know, a misplay on my part because he had so many things like to switch in to that, but he goes into his Crobat, he goes for the Taunt on my Gliscor, which means that I can only go for an attacking move, and since he thinks that my Earthquake is my only attacking move, I'm able to go for the Ice Fang to finish the Crobat off, so that kinda played out in the end. But now it's 6-4, so it's looking pretty good for me. I just go for an EQ right here on his Metagross, and I was wondering why I would switch the Metagross in, but he shows me that he has Ice Punch, which is rather uncommon on Metagrosses. But that means that I can't take another Ice Punch, so I'm fairly weakened with my Gliscor. He switches into Donphan just so he can finish me off with the Ice Shard, but I just go into Mandibus because I know that Ice Shard won't do too much damage, and I can defog away those Stealth Rocks because they're really just annoying my team in general. This is a very standard team, as you can see. So defog, knockoff, Roost, Mandibus, very predictable but very standard. So that's why you went for the Stealth Rock, predicting my defog, and I just go for another defog because honestly he's poisoned and I get leftover recovery, so it will work out in the end for me. I go for the roost on his Gardevoir, and this is where the point where he played it really well, because he only showed me Thunderbolt and Psychic the whole time, and yet basically he had no reason to go for Thunderbolt all the time, because I have 1 immunity and 1 resistance, and plus Hyper Voice is stabbed, and nothing is immune to fairy type moves. So I thought that Thunderbolt was his strongest attacking move, and it only did 51%, so I just was pretty confident staying in, and he went and just surprised me with the Hyper Voice, so that was very well played on his part. Right here I have to go for the Hydro Pump, just so I can knock out his Gardevoir. Me turning into a water type is pretty good, because I don't really think that Metagross can take me out with a Bullet Punch, though I'm not sure. That's why I switch back into my Genesect. Unfortunately, I get the special attack boost, but I just go for the Blaze Kick on Conkeldurr, get a crit, which is kind of unfortunate, but it really doesn't matter too much in the end, because he just clean knocked me out with a Fire Punch, which is not really that common on Conkeldurr, so I wasn't really expecting that, and I'm sorry for all the messages I'm getting. This is unprofessional, but I just go for it. I don't know why he like, that was a bit of a stupid play on my part, and I just realized that he could have just easily went for a Mach Punch if he had it. So yeah, luckily it pays out for me. I can just clean knock it out with a Dark Pulse as he goes into Metagross trying to revenge kill me, and he surprises me with A, being faster, and 2 being having Zen Headbutt. So I really wasn't expecting that, because I do run a lot of speed EVs, which is very uncommon on Conkeldurrs, but I guess I'm still slow as fuck. Or he just runs speed EVs as well. He goes into Donphan. I know that the obvious Ice Shard is just coming. I just go for the Protect just to stall out a little bit more. Basically the game is won at this point, because yeah, his Metagross did a lot of damage to my team, and he only has his Donphan left now, which is poisoned either way, and can't really do too much to my team. So yeah, that was a good game to I don't want to pronounce his name, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and leave a like. Peace out.